From Fred Phelps to the Kinsey Six. The best of the best from Central Kansas and beyond. We do it all. We are KJAG Radio and the Jiggy Jaguar Radio Show. Log on to jiggyjaguar.com and kjagradio.com for more.
Ready. Back here on KHUT Radio, here at the Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Center, here in the great Salt City, Hutchinson, Kansas. I've got one of the people that's participating in the sr71 spectacular this weekend. I'm going to get the heck out of the way and let him chat with us. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourself, my friend.
Well, my name is Al Jorez. I'm one of the pilots who has flown the sr71.
Yeah, well,
talk to us. I was much younger.
Talk to us a little bit about how you first became aware and involved in the sr71.
Well, back in the I came to the program in 1972, and up to that time period, the airplane was pretty secretive, pretty classified, and it wasn't all that well known. I mean, it had been announced by the president in the 60s when it was being developed, but there wasn't a lot known about the airplane. I was a young 24-year-old lieutenant flying F-105s in Southeast Asia, and one of the lieutenant colonels in my squadron said that when he gets back home, he's going to be the squadron commander of the new YF-12 squadron. And so he was telling me about the YF-12, and of course they never built the YF-12, but they did build the sr71, and so I had a little bit of knowledge. I never really thought it would be something that I would ever do.
Yeah.
But I ended up being I was an instructor pilot and down in Texas flying T-38s, and through mutual friends we heard more about the airplane, and I decided that I would go out and interview for the program, and one thing led to another, and so I became a crew member, and I flew the airplane for 5 years, and a couple years later I was a squadron commander for 2 years, so I had 7 years with the airplane.
How did the plane handle and feel compared to some of the other planes that you've flown in the past?
Well, actually, subsonic. It flies like any other airplane. Flew a lot like the F-105. Actually, it's obviously it's a big airplane.
Yeah.
Big, heavy airplane. Very stable. But it's it's a 3.5G airplane, so it's not a fighter. It doesn't do loops and rolls and air-to-air combat or anything. But just flying the airplane. It's got a lot of power, obviously. But it flies. It's very friendly. Very typical to fly like a fighter of that day.
Yeah.
Supersonic, though, it's pretty unique. It's kind of one of a kind. It has pretty at least for that time, had very sophisticated inlets, which you had to pay attention to and manage, so that the engines would run efficiently at speed and altitude. And the airplane was pretty unforgiving in terms of staying within the parameters that the airplane wanted to fly in. You had to stay somewhat constrained by speeds and various speeds at the various altitudes, and it demanded quite a lot of precision. I mean, there wasn't a lot of margin for error. You had plus or minus a few knots, plus or minus a couple of thousand feet of altitude to be within the comfort zone of the airplane. So you just had to fly it there. If you flew it there and flew it smoothly and well, it was a dream to fly. It was a sensitive airplane.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it hard to fly, but it was demanding to fly. So it's a pretty magic airplane. Flying at 80,000 feet all the time was pretty neat. So.
What do you think about this weekend with all the crew members and pilots?
Well, we think it's great. There's only there are about 135 or so pilots that ever qualified in the airplane, and a similar number of RSOs. So pretty small, pretty small family of people that flew the airplane. and there are only 30 of them built, and you know, there's about half that number, maybe about 20 if you include the A-12s that are scattered around at museums. And this museum has done such a wonderful job of preserving and displaying the airplane.
Yeah, because when you walk in, it's right there.
Just, the community, the operators of this museum have done a great job of displaying the airplane. So those of us who have a history with it, it's pretty, like I said, it's a pretty small family. We enjoy coming together once in a while and telling old stories, and we love seeing the airplane preserved and shown in the true way that we experienced it when we flew it earlier in our lives. So pretty neat.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for doing this, my friend.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, KJ.